What's up, everyone, and thank you for joining us on the Unconditional Podcast. My unconditional guest today is Gabrielle Simmons. Thank you so much for joining.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, I'm so excited. It's time. It's time. And I love your journey. I've been following on social media and I've seen you in networking locally, and it's like, yes, we finally get to meet in real life. And by real life, I mean over a podcast. So this is the Unconditional Podcast, where we empower you to overcome unhealthy conditioning, to rest in your true identity, and to set healthy boundaries. We do all this by sharing real and raw stories, expert secrets, and tips. I'm your host, Rabbi Michael Schoening. Our first sponsor is Planet Duct, Southern Colorado's best air duct cleaning company. They even clean my personal home's air ducts and dryer vents. I need to call them. I remember I need to call them and get my vents cleaned again, as I'm doing the sponsorship. They're also certified by the National Air Duct Cleaners Association. When it comes to your family's lung health, hire the best. Check them out today at planetduct.com. Gabrielle, thank you for jumping on here.
Yes, I'm excited.
What?
If you're, something different. I've been on some podcasts, but I'm excited that your podcast is something very different than anything I've ever been a part of. So
I love that. I need to pay you to say that. That was great. So what's been keeping you busy lately?
Trying to build a whole new business on top of all of these other things I'm doing. Working on building out my coaching business, where I'm doing more full-time coaching. I've done part-time coaching for the last year and a half.
Yeah.
But I really want to scale up. I want to help more people learn about real estate investing, and help, everyone in the real estate space, both people who are selling their houses and, investors and everybody in between. So I've been working on that and driving myself crazy in the process.
So I have a feeling we're going to talk about healthy boundaries today. I have a feeling that's going to be one of the topics, and personal health. So coaching, when you're coaching, is it specifically about real estate investing?
Yes. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are really unversed, diversed, not versed, I guess, English, about real estate investing. A lot of people are like, well, I bought a house and I'm renting it out, and that's it, right? So what would you say is your best explanation in what really is real estate investing?
That actually is a form of real estate investing, but being educated in that, I would say, would be the only difference. Going from a homeowner who's renting their property to a homeowner who's renting their property and understands how that's an investment opportunity, is really the only difference. If you can understand investing on a bigger scale, and looking at it from a more of a long-term vision, you are an investor. If you're looking at how owning one property and renting it out, even if you break even, how that actually is setting the foundation for your investment opportunities in 5-10 years, when you can sell that property and double it, go by 2, go by 4, depending on, how much equity you have at the time. Understanding really, to me, is just the point of it. The more that you understand what to do with your investments, the better investor you can be.
I love it. We have a lot of, Jewish business secrets, and I do want to write a book, but I don't want to give away too much because everyone just thinks we run the world somehow. Everyone's like, oh, the Jews own the banks. And I'm like, where's my key? Somebody forgot to give me my key to my bank. At what point do I get a bank?
It's coming.
Jews run the government in Hollywood. Someone forgot to give me a pass to get into Hollywood, right? So far, I've had to work for everything in my life. But we have a lot of Jewish business secrets, and one of those that I will reveal today, but don't tell anyone, okay?
Okay. This stays between us. No one's going to see this.
And Simmons is a very Jewish last name, so I feel like I can tell you.
Really? I didn't know that.
Gene Simmons, yeah. Jewish guy. So so one of our rules is when we invest in rules of 3. So a third of our investing money is going to be in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and loans, basically. One of our, sorry, not loans. So one of them is stocks, bonds, tax. What's the word I'm thinking of? Tax investing, where you can buy if they didn't pay their taxes, whatever.
Tax liens.
Tax liens, thank you. So all of that stuff, right?
Mhm.
So that is all the gambling stuff. And then a third of investments is going to be in personal loans or loans through companies. And then a third of it is going to be in real property. So that is a third of we always do things in rules of 3. So you'll see a lot of people will have like 3 rental properties, or they'll have like a triplex, or the 3, 6, or 9, or 12, whatever, or 90 rental properties. Is 90 a derivative of 3? I guess no, whatever it is. So it's
I don't know.
90.
Math is not my strong suit.
Yeah. 98, I think, is a derivative, whatever it is. So it's in rules of 3, but real estate is there, and that's something where we have been, buying land and renting it out to other people, other nations. Literally, we've been doing this for about 3,500 years, and I feel like we have it down by now, but we don't, because laws are always changing. Like, there was the big thing with Airbnb, 10 years ago, whatever it was just massive everywhere. Everyone was doing it. And then a lot of crazy stuff was happening. And then a lot of laws and covenants and HOAs are like, no, you can't do short-term rental in this neighborhood. Crazy people are going to go to your house. And then it kind of calmed down and it's back again. And I've got I think it was like my second podcast or third. It was Ben Boyd. And he's like, oh yeah, I just bought this $950,000 house to Airbnb. And I was like, what? You got $1 million house to Airbnb? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude. Yeah, that's awesome. Do your thing. I didn't know that was a thing. But a lot of Jews will also buy land where the city is like growing and then just sit on that land for a long time and give it to future generations. We're really, really big about long-term planning.
Mm-hmm.
One of our sayings,
Jewish and I don't know it.
Sorry?
I said I must be Jewish and I don't know it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah. But yeah, buying land like right now, anything Ellicott before they build the Mayberry subdivision. I guess there's 4 subdivisions happening out that way now. But I personally have not got into this yet. Like, I was buying a house. It was like 2009 or 10. I like just walked away from it because the economy was so bad. Literally just walked away from the house. I lost like 27 grand in it. But as someone who sees the benefits, who sees the long term, my entire people do this and I'm not doing it. Like, what is the first step for somebody to get into real estate investing?
Education, I would definitely recommend that, and doesn't necessarily have to be through me. No,
it does. Yeah,
but I feel like I'm the perfect place to go to if you want like a crash course in everything, because I do everything. But first understanding what it is that you want to do would be
make money.
The best start. Yeah, make money. How do you want to have rental properties? Do you want to have short-term rentals? Do you want to be a lender? Do you want to lend to people like me who are doing real estate actively and you're just collecting?
I feel like I'm getting a free coaching session from you right now. I feel like I need to pay you now. No, I don't know. For the average person, like I don't know the difference in half of what you just said. You know what I mean? So I love that education piece. I really want to support you in that coaching piece, especially to the Unconditional tribe. But I think it's a lot of long-term vision. It's a lot of long-term planning, isn't it? Like, I mean, what do you think are the major risks and major fears that people express in this industry?
One, losing money. That's everybody's biggest fear. Nobody wants to invest in anything that we're going to lose money in. But I kind of just feel like that's inevitable. Eventually, sooner or later, you're going to lose money. It's just part of the game, but you also will make a lot of money. That's also guaranteed in the real estate business. The other thing is like not knowing how to be a landlord, say. Like that's probably the thing I hear the most often is people are like, well, I have this house and I don't need it, or I don't want it, or it's paid off, it was given to me, whatever the case is. But I don't want to be a landlord. I don't know how to landlord somebody.
Yeah.
It truly is as easy as watching a few podcasts or YouTube videos and podcasts and like reading like one book on landlording, and I promise you'll be fine.
Serious.
Yeah, it is so not complicated.
The one thing I've heard from people, and I dealt with this when I was renting out my home after I just literally left it. I was like, get out of here. I was like, I'm done with this house. What the hardest thing for me when I was landlording, is that a verb? Is that the
Yeah.
okay? Cool. I love it. Someone told me the other day, oh, I've been doing a lot of authoring. I mean, like I wrote a book. I'm the author of it. I'm like authoring. Okay, authoring, speaking, authoring, swimming, whatever, Schoening. And I was like, I can't kick these guys out. Where are they going to live? They were destroying the house, right? The electrical was in my name, the electrical and water. They left the hose on and left for a weekend. They opened up a window and turned on the heat and left for like 3 days to the beach. And yeah, it was like over $650 for the electric bill for that month. And it was in my name. They were paying me because they didn't have any credit, so I kept it in my name. And they left the hose on for so long. And this is Oregon, very wet ground. The foundation started tilting of the house because the ground was so wet. The entire house started shifting. It was built in 1940s, or 1914. It was a very old home,
God.
I was like making it really nice. It was a really cool old home. But I was like, the entire house is falling over because you left the hose on. I don't have any money. I can't fix it. Well, you owe me $650 for the electricity now. Well, I can't pay you that. I can give you $60. It's normally $60, but it's not my fault. It's literally your fault. So I got so stressed out. I was like, I'm never doing this again. One thing I'm curious, you go in a lot. I mean, and you were just in a totally different industry before this, but from that to real estate investing to coaching people in real estate investing, you have a heck of a lot going on. Like, how do you keep these healthy boundaries between work and your personal life?
I don't. And
okay, good.
That's
the show's over. Thank you, everybody, for watching. No kidding.
That's the honest truth. I don't, and I truly struggle with it. And I know, I know that it's a problem. I know that last year, which was one of my best years financially as an entrepreneur, I reached new heights, but I also, earned myself a complete nervous system issue. Like all of the nerves in my body were freaking out. I was put on some medication to stop the nervous system issues, like twitching. My face and eye was twitching constantly. My legs were going numb out of nowhere. I actually had a nerve removed from my foot because it was causing so much problems just from
serious.
Yeah. And I don't even remember who it was, but someone told me, they're like, you don't have a nervous system problem. You have a stress problem. You need to set boundaries. You need to stop working from sun up to sundown, and that will fix your problem. Don't take the medication. Just stop.
So you're off the meds now.
Yeah. Oh, I only took them for about a month, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I have to figure something out.
And I love that a lot of people, they just, they want to cover up the thing instead of digging deep to the root and really, hitting the causation of it. We tackle the effect, but not the cause typically. Mm-hmm. And, the central nervous system can easily get hijacked by the sympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is, we have I haven't had it lately at all the last year, actually, now that I've been setting some boundaries for myself, right, is the vasovagal syncope. I still have it sometimes, but really stressed out, right? It runs behind the gallbladder and then goes up through the right side of the neck. And when you get really stressed out, you will either fight, run away, fight, flight, or freeze, right? Mm-hmm. And that's part of the sympathetic nervous system attached to and vasovagal syncope is the freeze thing. So my body, for some reason, decided when you're super stressed and in danger, pass out. I'm like, I hope I'm never being chased by a shark, like swimming, because I'm just going to pass out underwater, be like, eat me, But it's like, so when I see a needle or when someone tries to draw blood from me or they do that cuff thing on the arm that takes my blood pressure, I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I'm just letting you know I'm going to pass out for about 30 seconds. My face goes like the color of my sweater.
Yeah, right.
And then I can't see anything. I can't hear anything. Just wah, 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 wah. And then I just pass out. Now I've got to the point, I used to pass out and hit my face, hit my teeth on the wall and stuff. And I used to pass out and really it hurt. broke my nose a couple times. But now I'm like, I'm going to lay down and pass out. But I haven't had any of those fainting spells, I guess you could say. Actually, it's been like 2 years now. I
Wow.
just thought of that.
That's
And
amazing.
I thought it was, what medications do I need to take? What do I need? Like, they put me on depression medication for it. It made it worse. One of the side effects of depression was depression. I was like, I'm not depressed. I have anxiety, but I'm not depressed. And they're like, we agree. Here's some depression pills. I was hospitalized. I was speaking just numbers for like an hour. They thought I was having a stroke. And they're like, what's your name? And I'm like, 1, 2, 4, 7, 5. I thought it was just,
holy cow.
It was nuts, right? So, but it was stress. It was anxiety. It was a lot of negative self-talk, a lot of self-deprecation. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. My beard's getting grays in it now. What? I'm only 35. I'm not making enough money. It was all these things, right? And my life is so much better than I like pretend that it is. But when I was a kid, like, life was not easy. Like, it was not after high school. Like, I was a homeless drug addict. Like, life sucked.
Wow.
And like, I own my house. I own these cars. We're doing therapeutic foster care. I've got over 60 certifications. I'm working with people in trauma and state licenses. I'm going to take another like 10-hour course here in a minute. But it's my own trauma. Oh, I can deal with everybody else's trauma, but my own stuff. So, and in business, like, so with real estate investing, how do you, I mean, what steps are you taking to protect you, your clients, your investments from getting overly stressed out and having a nerve removed from your foot?
Really, I would just say I'm just slowing down. For me, I was like, you have to go super hard, super fast, and you have to do it all in 1 year, and I'm like, okay, you actually don't have to do that. And learning that within myself the hard way, now I can better teach my clients that, my students, that, like, guys, you're here to learn, and I want you to take action. Action is necessary, but learn it first, and also learn what not to do. So that as you move forward, you can take it one step at a time, and you're not making poor decisions because you're just money driven, or you're just driven by a goal and not understanding how that goal is going to actually affect your personal life. That's more of what I'm focused on now. Is like, I literally walked away from a closing 2 days ago. That I was just like, and I'm not proud of that by any means, but
no, you should be. You should be. Well, tell us. We have like 30 seconds left. Tell us.
I'm not proud of it because I don't like walking away from deals, but I did because I knew it was going to be such a huge stressor, and that the person I was dealing with was lying to me. I was afraid of what she might come back and do, try to steal from the house, all of these things. I was like, you know what? It's not worth it. It is not worth my sanity. I'm not doing it. And
you set a healthy boundary. You should be proud of yourself. That's part of, our unconditional philosophy for entrepreneurs when we coach and do our events and everything. It's like, as a religious Jew, Friday night to Saturday night, I don't do business. I don't care. Like, if you don't want to do, if you can't do business with me the other 6 days of the week, then don't do business with me. It's fine. And maybe it wasn't meant for me in the first place. So there's a, like, I should, when I'm meeting with people, when I'm on other people's podcasts, when I'm in big meetings, whatever, and my wife calls or texts me, I do my absolute best to call or text back. And for a while, I used to apologize. Sorry, it's my wife. I just say, oh, one moment, it's my wife. And they're kind of like, okay. And some people look at me funny. And I'm just like, yeah. I want to be a better husband. Like, I haven't always been the best husband. I wasn't ever giving her the time and attention she deserves. Like, I want to be better. It's like, I'm not going to apologize for texting my wife back. And whether it's an important thing or she's like, hey, what do you think for dinner tonight? Like it doesn't matter. I'm not going to apologize for going to the synagogue on Saturday. I'm not going to apologize for, like I said, I got written up. Well, I didn't say it here, but I wasn't going to say it, but I got written up for taking Passover off when I worked for one of the largest global corporations and made them a lot of money. And I made good money. I ended up leaving. We should never feel like we have to apologize for having those healthy boundaries. I don't want to apologize for getting sleep,
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's that whole 10x kind of thing of our mind. Like if you're, I saw it on Instagram. Oh my gosh, we're out of time. All right, guys, we're out of time. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gabrielle. We're gonna have to do this again, obviously.
Yes.
But I want to hear more about your journey on how you're creating healthy boundaries. But I have a feeling the next time we talk, next time we do a podcast together, that you're going to have a lot more of those set in place. And I'm super excited for you because I'm really excited to hear all of the good news that's going to be doing for your life. And my guess is you're going to end up making more money and being more healthy, actually doing less, because doing less means I don't call it doing less anymore. I call it focusing. Focusing is I'm cutting out the stuff. I'm just focusing.
Trimming the fat. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. That's speaking of trimming the fat. One of our sponsors is Garage Fitness. We have Gordon Brodecki. You can go to garagefitnessspa.com, get coaching anywhere. It's got a $47 3-week program about to launch. Check that out. garagefitnessspa.com. Speaking of trimming the fat. And then Unshakable. It's an elite mastermind for men by Peter Lynch. And check out that at sleek.bio/unshakable. Peter's also a sales coaching expert. And so he's really getting into the better mindset for men in the sales field. He does not teach greasy, gross sales. He's awesome, and he's a good friend of mine. So check that out. Sleep.bio/unshakable. If you guys want a copy of The Unwind, my 30-day devotional for the stressed out entrepreneur, like we've been talking about today, you can message me on any platform, and I will send you the ebook for $10. For $10. For $10, you get one book. Not for one book. Anyways, thank you guys. Gabrielle, any final words for our listeners?
No. Thank you so much for having me. I can't wait to be on another podcast with you.
Same here. We had a lot of fun. And everybody else, thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes, the shares, the subs. Appreciate you. And we'll see you next time. Stay unconditional.